turns out I'm not the only one who thinks Canelo is an arrogant piece of...
Events have taken a disturbing turn when Oscar de la Hoya slammed the Mexican superstar Canelo Alvarez for his disrespect against Turki Alalshikh. The enmity between Saul, Canelo, Alvarez, and Oscar de la Hoya continues to grow as time passes. Accusations between one and the other are a daily occurrence. However, the American promoter recently revealed that the Mexican boxer has just made a new enemy who is none other than Turki Alalshikh. In the past few months, Alalshikh showed interest in getting Canelo to face one of the top opponents at the moment, either Terence Crawford or David Benavidez. Due to Crawford's lackluster win against Israil Madrimov on August 3rd, things took a dramatic turn. Crawford stopped mentioning Canelo's name like he used to, and Canelo started showing an interest in the fight only if the money was right. However, Canelo's economic pretensions and disdain ended that possibility. Oscar de la Hoya and Canelo have some very disturbing histories together. Canelo was originally part of de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions agency when he was just starting out. Although they were on good terms initially, things started to go sour when Oscar couldn't support Canelo when he lost to Floyd Mayweather. There was no doubt that Canelo was pissed at his loss, so he ended terms with De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions. Before Canelo fought Jaime Munguia in 2024, Oscar was absolutely delighted that Jaime would end Canelo. Oscar said, "Oh, when Munguia wins, I will be the happiest person on earth. Not because of getting back at Canelo. I'm over that. Canelo will come and go, and I will be a promoter until I'm 80 or 90. I want Munguia to win because he deserves it as he is a class act. I've promoted Munguia since the beginning of his career, and we're stronger than ever. He has a shot on Saturday night to shock the world, and I'll be the first to smile, hug, and congratulate him." Oscar further elaborated that Canelo wants nothing to do with him. De La Hoya had been trying to figure out the reason for Canelo's rude behavior, but he couldn't find any particular reason. De La Hoya further said that he and Canelo had a good relationship for 10 years, but when he told Canelo to take some help after his loss to Floyd, Alvarez completely snapped. In addition, Oscar commented that he was struggling with drugs and alcohol at the time Canelo had fought Mayweather. This is the main reason Oscar couldn't support Canelo, as he was handling his personal life, going into rehab and recovering from addiction. Oscar elaborated on what Canelo had done. "What does he do? He puts his foot on my neck and wants to take me down. But the only thing Canelo has on me is my personal life. And now my personal life is amazing. That's exactly why we're thriving so much as a company." Regarding Jaime Munguia, Canelo responded that he will send a message to Oscar by beating Munguia because he is just extra baggage. Before Canelo's fight with Jaime, Canelo was asked to give his views on Oscar, calling him an old bear. Alvarez mockingly responded that he hoped the fight was with Oscar, then he would know who the old bear was. Later on, Canelo said that even De La Hoya is easy money for him. He said that you can expect only hate from that kind of person because he is Canelo, while being furious at De La Hoya, said, "Oscar is mad because I am the diamond in the Golden Boy. Golden Boy Promotions is not the same without me, that's why Oscar keeps on disrespecting me." In addition, Canelo shockingly revealed that Oscar stole money from him and he has all the proof. Previously, Oscar accused Canelo of defaming him, but Alvarez shunned all those claims by saying that he has lawyers that can prove otherwise. Meanwhile, Oscar de la Hoya was asked about his thoughts on Vergil Ortiz fighting Terence Crawford at 154. He said that no talks have been done with Turkey yet, but it's definitely good that fighters are being given chances.
Now that Turkey's not interested in that Canelo fight for Crawford, and I'll touch on that point, did you guys discuss it all? Did you discuss with Turkey positioning Vergil to face Terence next?
No, we haven't discussed anything with Turkey, but we feel that, look, Turkey wants to make the best fights. And that's a breath of fresh air. That's music to my ears, because now you have fighters who are pricing themselves out and fighters who basically don't want to fight each other.
Oscar shamed Canelo for pricing himself out because that is the worst thing a promoter can hear from a fighter. De La Hoya disrespects Canelo by saying that he is asking for too much money to fight David Benavidez. Oscar said that Canelo is demanding $200 million for David, which is absolutely ridiculous. Canelo thinks that fighting David Benavidez is a huge risk because he adds an additional 25 pounds in the ring. That is the reason Alvarez was demanding an absurd amount of money to fight Benavidez. Oscar said that Canelo doesn't want to give the people good fights, but Turki Alalshikh is someone who is focusing on competitive fights that the fans want to see. Oscar further commented that Turkey is saving boxing by not making it just about business, rather giving the people fights that have huge upsets, just like the Riyadh season. Oscar said that Turkey has a big purse, and if he can make the Benavidez-Canelo fight happen, then that's the Super Bowl of boxing. He also said that Canelo shouldn't screw up boxing by fighting little guys. On the other hand, the recent drama started when Canelo Alvarez refused to work with Turki Alalshikh, disrespecting him in the process.
My response to Turkey is this. Yesterday, they text me. They text me and say, we can talk about the fight in February with Crawford. Super Bowl, right? Yeah. they text me yesterday, and I say, look, I'm not gonna talk about any other fight. I'm focused 100% on this fight. Look, I don't like the way he talk, and I'm not in this position because of any. I'm in this position. If he wants to work with me, it's in my way, not in their way.
What was
I don't need it.
What didn't you like about how he approached? Like, what was
It's not the way to approach. It's not the way to approach to me. Look, I respect everybody and I respect Turkey, but look, if he wants to work with me, it need to be in my way.
After Canelo's daring response and his disinterest in the Crawford fight, Turki Alalshikh called off the Canelo-Crawford deal. Turki also said that he will support other fighters aside from Crawford like Boots, Shakur, Zepeda, and Ortiz. Both Turki and Crawford received a smoking backlash after the Riyadh season fight with Israel Madrimov. Furthermore, Oscar said that Canelo is basically saying that he doesn't want to fight. De La Hoya added his comments for Canelo not facing Benavidez. I thought I would never say this, but Canelo's scared, literally. I thought I would as a fighter. I know fighters are not scared, but wow, we've been begging Canelo, please. Canelo, please, we want this fight. I want it as a fan, and I want this fight because it's a great fight for boxing, for the sport we love. Later on, Oscar said that Turkey is trying to make the best fights, but Canelo doesn't want that. De La Hoya further commented that he doesn't know what goes on in Canelo's mind. Canelo is being far too arrogant and egotistical. Oscar said that Canelo should make the fight happen because it's going to be the biggest payday of his career anyway, even though he may not get the exact amount that he is demanding. Furthermore, Oscar De La Hoya shed some light on Crawford's battle with Madrimov, which proved to be the deciding factor in Turkey turning his attention away from the Crawford-Canelo matchup. Oscar said that Crawford didn't look very dangerous at 154, and people were thinking that Madrimov was a cherry pick, but he turned out very skillful. De La Hoya further added that Canelo will be the bigger guy, the beast in the ring, and Crawford will be the little guy, so it's going to be very unevenly matched. When has a smaller guy ever beaten a bigger guy in this sport? De La Hoya said that it has never happened before, on very rare occasions to be precise. Oscar said that one of those rare occasions was with him and Manny Pacquiao. Additionally, Oscar stated that Turkey is unifying the sport of boxing. He is getting all the promoters to work with each other to make the best fights possible. He further said that even though Crawford's win was super close, another dangerous fight is between Virgil Ortiz and Serhey Bohachuk. This fight will determine Ortiz's future and whether he can pair up against the likes of Terence Crawford. Moreover, Oscar stated that Canelo is in the last quarter of his career, and if he doesn't want to give the people good fights, then the promoters are going to keep on building the future stars. He also said that if Virgil Ortiz wins the fight against Bohachuk, then he will have talks with Turkey to determine a matchup with Terence Crawford. Oscar was asked about Virgil's chances against the pound-for-pound champion Terence Crawford. He said that he loves Virgil's chances because he has a great amateur career, and when it comes to boxing, he is an absolute beast. As Ortiz's level of competition grows, he grows with it, and Crawford versus Ortiz would be another Super Bowl of boxing. On the opposite end, Turkey and Canelo had some back and forth on social media. After Canelo shared his response to Turkey's offer, the Saudi promoter wasn't far behind in dissing Canelo. Turkey said, "I heard what Canelo said, that he respects me but doesn't like the way we do business. As for him respecting me, it doesn't matter to me if he does or not. As for the way I do business, I know why he doesn't like it, because I only target big fights at fair prices, so of course anyone who likes easy fights won't like that." The Sheikh further disrespected the Mexican champion by saying, "And I know how he feels after losing to Bivol, so he's been looking for easier fights ever since. Also, I'm not the one who's afraid of fighting Benavidez or Crawford. Therefore, I knew he was wasting our time and making excuses with big amounts of money that can't be paid. So I'm continuing my way to make big fights that serve the boxing world, and he's on his way to making easy show-only fights." Meanwhile, Oscar De La Hoya recently lashed out on Canelo for refusing Turki's offer to fight Crawford, and he supported Turki's claim against Canelo.
It turns out I'm not the only one who thinks Canelo is an arrogant piece of shit. Turki Alalshikh recently revealed that Canelo refused to meet with him in person and isn't entertaining any deals to be done with him. Why? Because he's outpriced himself so much that the Saudis don't even want to deal with him. And it's all because he will do anything not to fight David Benavidez. Look, Turkey is trying to make the best fights that everybody wants to see. And Canelo continues to take the fights that nobody wants to see.
De La Hoya wasn't impressed with Canelo's next opponent on September 14th, Edgar Berlanga. He mocked Berlanga's claims of having Puerto Rican support, saying, "Edgar, bro, you're from Brooklyn. Puerto Rico doesn't claim you, bro." Oscar said that he is more Puerto Rican than Berlanga, and he only lived there for 6 years. As for the timing of Canelo's fight, De La Hoya pointed out that it coincides with UFC 306 at the Sphere in Las Vegas, a highly anticipated event funded by none other than Turki Alalshikh. He warned Canelo on making the wrong moves. "Canelo, you're really making the wrong enemies, but you know what? Meanwhile, Canelo showed an enraging response to De La Hoya, which proves how much animosity both the promoter and the fighter hold for each other.
He's a f***ing asshole. He tried to keep the attention for him, not for Munguia. He's an asshole. He steals his fighters. That's what he do.
Okay, and yeah, so that's pretty much it. Go ahead, Miguel.
Pussy. Motherfucker.
All right.
Everyone, I'm here for you too, motherfucker.
In another interview, Eddie Hearn didn't have very supporting remarks about Oscar De La Hoya either, since he is continuously spreading hate towards Matchroom. Hearn alarmingly stated that he doesn't know why Oscar has bad blood against him.
Right, Oscar De La Hoya's had a lot to say about these shows, and then all of a sudden we see a video last week with him and Turki Alalshikh. Have you been in any discussions with Oscar? Have you met with Oscar since that? And are you happy that he's now on board with the Riyadh season shows?
No, I asked to meet Golden Boy this week and they blew me out.
What was that with regards to? Shakur Zepeda?
Possibly, but also just in general, I think we should talk.
Well, why is there the reluctance on Oscar's side? You've just made it clear here on this interview that you want to meet him.
Tell you, Colin, why don't you fucking ask Oscar De La Hoya so to be sure to be fair?
Eddie Hearn later said that Oscar hates the fact that he is here on the Riyadh season. He also hates the fact that Matchroom Boxing is the best promoter in the UK. Hearn reveals that part of Oscar's animosity towards him stems from Matchroom selling out entire stadiums and having great TV deals. Hearn pointed out that De La Hoya shouldn't spread hate, rather appreciate what is happening. Eddie also said that Oscar is a legend when it comes to boxing, but he doesn't want to do business with Matchroom, and it's going to affect his fighters in the long run. Is Canelo making the right moves, or is he truly dodging tougher challenges? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more content like this.